Welcome back to Freed from the Real, the #1 retro gaming YouTube channel in my apartment. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. To celebrate, we're going to take a look at all the NES games that were produced or licensed by LucasFilms. Cue the intro. For this video, I'm only going to talk about games that we got in the United States for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and only games that specifically say Lucasfilm on the cover art. You would expect something like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade to make the list, but from what I can tell, Lucasfilm had nothing to do with making the game. Sorry, Indianapolis. By my count, there are 4 NES titles with Lucasfilm on the cover. Star Wars, Maniac Mansion, Defenders of Dynatron City, and Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. We'll talk about the Star Wars games first, since they're more well known. Star Wars released in 1991 for the NES. The game follows the plot of A New Hope. You play as Luke Skywalker, and although you don't start with your lightsaber, you do eventually get it. The little character portraits that pop up when someone is talking look great. You also can play as Han Solo and Princess Leia. The hit detection feels pretty good and the controls are responsive. The music in the game is pretty good overall. There's a little bit of variety in the gameplay too, it's not just side-scrolling. For example, here you are on board the Millennium Falcon. Princess Leia, more like Princess Leia and around, if you know what I'm saying. The graphics look good and the music is great. Overall, Star Wars for the NES is pretty decent. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Next is Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, which released in 1992. As you can probably guess, the plot somewhat follows the film of the same name. In this game, you only get to play as Luke Skywalker, but you start off with the lightsaber this time. One thing that's different, though, in this game is that Luke can learn different force powers. Just like the first game, there's a little bit of variety in the gameplay as well. Like here, you recreate the Battle of Hoth where you shoot down the Imperial walkers. Just like the previous Star Wars, the game has stills from the movie, which looks fantastic. Controlling an AT-ST is always cool. In addition to that, the sound and music is also great. Graphically, the game is nothing to write home about, but it does have some voiceover samples that sound great for the time. The different force abilities you can collect allow you to do different things, like running faster, jumping higher, dealing more damage with your lightsaber, those sort of things. Here we can see we use the levitate force power to get up to the top floor here. You actually get to fight Darth Vader in this one, which makes it way better than the original in my opinion.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
Similarly to its predecessor Star Wars, it is a decent game for the NES. Next up, we have Maniac Mansion. Maniac Mansion was originally released for the home computer in 1987 and then the NES in 1990. Maniac Mansion is a point-and-click adventure game. You use the D-pad to move a cursor around on the screen to have your characters interact with the environment. You play as Dave Miller, a teenager whose girlfriend, Sandy Pants, has been kidnapped by a mad scientist. You get to pick 2 out of 6 additional friends to help Dave rescue Sandy. Each of the 6 friends have different strengths and skills which actually change the way you need to complete the game. The music in the game is great, if you couldn't already tell that. The original home computer version contained profanity and other inappropriate content that Nintendo made them cut from the NES port. For example, an arcade game titled Kill Thrill had to be changed to Muff Diver, which then had to be changed again to Tuna Diver. There were a lot of cool ideas in Maniac Mansion, and it has high replayability with the different characters and ways you can complete the game. Although this version is heavily censored from the original PC one, the NES port of Maniac Mansion is still a fun game for the NES. The fourth and final game also happens to be the strangest: Defenders of Dynatron City. Released in 1992, the game centers around a team of superheroes who protect a futuristic metropolis from the evil Dr. Mayhem. The 6 defenders are Toolbox, crushes anything with his hammerhead and his mighty spring jump. I like how he has an upside-down hammer on his outfit. Jet Headstrong, fires his rocket head on the ground and in the air. Buzzsaw Girl, awesome throwing blades and a deadly buzzsaw backflip. Radium Dog, fearsome atomic-powered bite as he trots or dog paddles through the streets of Dynatron City. Monkey Kid, super simian with banana bombs. And lastly, Miss Megawatt, mighty electric powers to blast lightning bolts from her fingertip and runs at supersonic speeds. Wow, what a group! Move over, Avengers, move over, 4 horsemen. If you were going by cover and potential, this game would be awesome. However, you soon find out that the area where Defenders of Dynatron City falls short is the gameplay. The most important aspect of any beat-em-up game is the hit detection, and Defenders of Dynatron City fails miserably. Your aim has to be absolutely perfect, and even then, sometimes it just doesn't register. There's no reason to use some of these characters. Toolbox can headbutt things, which is cool, I guess. Jet Headstrong can shoot his head as a projectile, but he has to be standing still to do it. Buzzsaw Girl throws saw blades as advertised. Radium Dog goes from good boy to pit bull in no time. Monkey Kid throws bananas. That's fucking stupid. Probably the best character to use, Miss Megawatt, has a projectile that she can shoot, and she also moves fast. The in-game map is confusing and it's just a mess. If I were you, I would just avoid Defenders of Dynatron City. So that was all 4 games for the NES that have LucasFilms on the cover. 3 of them good, 1 of them not as good. But if I missed any games, please call me a hack fraud in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more of this content. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again next time.